Hello and welcome to this episode of Clutched. Today we're going to have a look at the all-new BMW 1 Series. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to Performance Motors Limited, who happens to be the agent for BMW, in case you didn't know. Thank you very much for lending us this 1 Series. There are two types of BMW owners. The first group own a BMW simply because it is a BMW and nothing else. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, neither am I saying it's a good thing, but what I'm trying to say is this review will have absolutely no effect on you at all. Now, if you fall in the second group of owners, like me, then listen very carefully to what I'm about to say, because it's going to make a difference to whether or not you will sign on the dotted line. Some of you may already know that I'm not particularly a fan of four-door hatchback cars, and that's exactly what this is. It's a compact sedan that has no S. From the older version, I think this new facelift model looks way much better. Okay, it's got sleeker looking eyes, tail lights that don't remind you of the Volkswagen Polo or a van, and a nicer front grille. But what's most interesting about this car is that it is the only Category A COE car that is a hatchback, rear-wheel drive, and runs on diesel. And I think that's amazing. I mean, look at this. Up to 1,220 kilometers per tank. Okay, but in reality, it is about 1,000 kilometers on a single tank, which is still amazing. You know, it's like driving from here to Thailand on one tank. It equates to about 20 kilometers per litre. And mind you, that's a litre of diesel, not petrol. And if you're afraid to get a diesel engine, you're probably thinking of the Malaysian, you know, the bus kilang, the one that spews out black smoke. Come on, this is BMW diesel technology. It's no longer dirty, it's no longer loud. In fact, it's only slightly louder than a petrol engine. It kind of reminds me of a comfort taxi. And what does it mean by a rear-wheel drive? Well, basically, when you step on the accelerator, power gets sent to the rear wheels, okay? So it's the rear wheels that do the turning. So what does that mean for you as a driver? Let's find out. As you can see, there's a pack of wild dogs waiting to eat me. The things I have to go through just to give you a review. Yes, it is a BMW. So the moment you get inside, it's like a high-class hotel, you know? Everything feels very atas, but the rear view mirror kind of spoils it, you know. It reminds you you're driving a hatchback, you know, and the view is quite pathetic. It isn't exactly a very comfortable car to drive, because when I drive over bumps and unevenness, I can kind of feel it, you know. I don't understand what people do after they're done pumping petrol. You're done pumping your petrol, get the hell out of the pump.
Boss, good morning.
Good morning. He's calling me boss.
Wax lah.
No need wax lah. BMW doesn't pay me enough.
Boss.
Yeah. No.
What? What's $8?
没问题。谢谢你。I was hoping you'll give me a discount since it's a hatchback. He's trying to upsell me with some wax thing. Oh god. Okay, it's a 1.5 diesel and it comes with only 3 cylinders, whereas in your conventional car, you would get 4. But it comes with a turbocharger, which makes this amazing because when you put your foot down, you can feel the rush of power. I realize many people, when they're looking at the specs of the car, they pay a lot of attention to the brake horsepower. Now don't do that. It doesn't mean that just because the brake horsepower figures are low, the car isn't powerful. It doesn't work that way. For example, this car, right, it only has 116 brake horsepower, but it doesn't feel anything like that. Why? Because the torque figures are really high. That is of course thanks to the fact that it's diesel and it's turbo. But that's not the only thing you should look at, okay? Always pay attention to the gearbox. This car comes with 8 gears. 8 gears. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why the fuel consumption is amazing. Plus, you get an amazing acceleration and also really good top speed. I'm cruising at 100 kilometers an hour. And you know what's my engine speed? 1,500 RPM. You know how BMW and Continental car drivers are very well known for not signaling? I think I found out why. It's because the signal lever is on the left. So when they're holding their kopi packet like that and driving, it's a bit tough to move your hand over to the left side to signal. And that's exactly why they always don't signal. BMW has fitted this car with the stop and start function. So every time you stop at the traffic light, the engine dies. But because it's a diesel, right? Every time it stops and starts, it kind of feels like as if the car is coughing, you know. See, I'm going to take my foot off the brake, right? Check this out. Okay. It feels like you know? And now to answer the age-old question, what happens when you pump petrol into a diesel engine? No, it's okay, it's okay. No, I'm just kidding, Okay, the guys over at BMW probably spit out their coffee. Research has it that if you do pump petrol into a diesel tank because you're, I don't know, blind or something, nothing really bad that happens. Your engine doesn't blow up or anything like that. Maybe it starts to judder, choke a little bit for a while, and then once you get rid of all that, you'll be fine. Okay, so guys over at BMW, relax, chill. The back seats are cramped. Did I say cramped or crap? Never mind, it means the same thing. If you are carrying 2 people for short journeys, it's fine, but if you're thinking of carrying a 3rd person, make sure that person has no legs. Sometimes I feel that this car should have been a coupe, you know, but you can't. There is no coupe version. You can't even get one with a petrol engine. This is your only choice. Oh, and this is something else you can do with a rear-wheel drive car. This really is a great car. But I'll tell you what my problem is. It's a 1 Series. At 129,000, it is the most affordable BMW in the market. You know, you're kind of like being really desperate to own a BMW. My son, he just bought a BMW. Really? Yeah. It's the 1 Series 116d. This may work if you're young, you just finished your army, you know, you're going car shopping, even before getting your license because your father is Muhammad Mustafa, you know. But for a working class man, it's like you're trying to tell people, hey, I just got a promotion. Or you know what, I sold many houses in the past 3 months. You get what I mean? It's a classic case of the last kid in Express Stream. Right here on Clutched, it's time for us to rate the BMW 116d. So, is it going to be a buy, a don't buy, or an I don't know? Now, I'm going to be really frank. I was this close to giving it an I don't know. But after much consideration, it's a buy.